Hello everyone, welcome back to channel. My name is Agent Russ and this is episode 4 of our Three.js 3D checker series. In the last episode, we added real checkers pieces to our board using clean naming and safe structure. Right now the game looks good, but it's not interactive. In this episode, we are fixing that. By the end of this video, you will be able to click a piece, select it, and visually highlight where that piece can move. This is a huge milestone because this is where our game becomes a game. In normal website, clicking a button is easy, but in 3D, there are no buttons, just objects floating in space. So how do we know what the user clicked? Three.js uses something called Raycasting. A ray is an invisible line goes from the camera through your mouse cursor into the 3D scene. If that ray hits an object, we know the user clicked it. Next, setting up Raycasting. Scroll down bottom of your existing main.js. We are only adding code, not changing anything you already wrote. Raycaster handles detecting intersections. Vector 2 stores the mouse position in a normalized format. Normalized means values go from -1 to +1, not pixels. Next, we will add the tracking mouse position. Event.clientX gives us the mouse position in pixels. We divide by the screen size to get a value between 0 and 1. We then convert it to a range of -1 to +1, which Three.js requires. The y-axis is inverted because screen coordinates go down, but 3D coordinates go up. Then we shoot a ray from the camera through the mouse position. Now we need to check if the array hits any pieces. Remember, our pieces are stored in checker pieces. We extract all meshes from our piece objects. Raycaster returns a list of objects it hit. We take the closest one. Then we find the piece object that owns that mesh. The game needs to remember which piece is selected. Now we will create the select checker piece function. We clear alt highlights, we store the selected piece, then we visually show selection and possible moves. Next, we will add the highlight selected piece function. The emissive color makes the piece glow slightly. This does not affect lighting. It's purely visual. Now comes the brain of the game. We start simple normal diagonal moves, no captures yet, no kings yet. Each piece moves diagonally. Red moves forward one direction, blue moves the opposite. We calculate possible target tiles. Then we check, is the tile inside the board or is the tile empty? Next, we will add the helper functions. So, we isolate logic into small readable functions. This makes debugging easier and code cleaner. Next, highlighting valid move tiles. Now we show the player where they can move. All right, next, clearing old highlights. I'll let the clear move highlights function. All right, next is testing. After writing so many lines of code, I'm assuming it's not gonna work right away. So let's go ahead and save the project and then click on any pieces. As expected, nothing happens. All right, now it's time to debug. All right, let's open up the console by clicking Ctrl-Shift-C. And currently on the console, we are not printing anything. First thing first, let's check if our mouse click works. All right, let's say console.log and mouse clicked. All right, so mouse click works. And let's check the raycasting. So to check the raycasting, we can type console.log ray origin. So we're going to check the ray origin and ray direction. Raycaster origin. Console.log and the ray direction. Just to make sure we are actually clicking in the right direction. All right, now save and let's have a look. Let's click anywhere on the board. Ray origin undefined, so that needs to be ray dot origin, and click on the board. So ray origin is our camera position. So our camera position was X was 0, Y 12, and Z 12. So that one is correct. And ray direction, X minus, Y positive, Z positive. I think this one is wrong. Let's have a look. Mouse position X equals, this one is correct. Mouse position Y, event dot client Y. Okay, so this needs to be, I believe this needs to be minus instead of positive. All right, let's have a look. All right, now it works. All right, let me explain why it actually works and why this needs to be negative. In the browser, the y-axis starts at the top and increases downwards. But in Three.js, the normalized device coordinate system works the opposite way. So Three.js expects y to be +1 at the top and -1 at the bottom. So if we don't invert the y value, the ray is mirrored vertically. That means when I click on the board, the ray shoots upwards instead of downwards. And we don't get any errors, no warnings, just nothing happens. All right, now we can clean these console logs. We don't need them anymore. So at this point, clicking a piece highlights it. Valid move styles appear. And clicking another piece updates the selection. Nothing moves yet, and that's intentional. We build systems one step at a time. All right, let's wrap up. This episode introduced raycasting, piece selection, move calculation, and visual feedback. In the next episode, we will actually move pieces and handle turns. That's where things get excited. If this helped you, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.